Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, welcome back once again to the Warzone, and you guys are on fire. You've been absolutely blowing up the last couple of videos, and I cannot thank you enough. I love you. You are the best. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like the video if you're new here, subscribe, and then comment below how amazing you are, or just for the algorithm, whatever works for you. One caveat before we get into these close range builds that are absolutely the meta, I am still on my laptop waiting on that graphics card to go into the PC. By next video it should be taken care of and we'll be back to daily posts. However, for this video, I once again did a random fill with trios. So I have two random teammates I just follow around like a lost puppy, and it's kinda sad, but it's content for the back roll. Let's get into this. Again, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And at number 10, we're gonna start with a Modern Warfare 2 banger, and its Time on Top is back, because it is back in the meta, and that is the Vel 46 or MP7. You can absolutely use this as sniper support as well, though I would build it slightly different for that. I'll be covering snipers and sniper support very soon, but for this build we're going to use the ECS Requieter Suppressor because it's the best suppressor for submachine guns in the game. We get aim down sight speed, aim stability, as well as fully suppressing our gun. The DR6 hand stop because it's the DR6 hand stop, y'all already know. The 50 round mag because it's just the best option. You can go to the 60 if you want to, but you got to remember how bad those larger magazines hurt the Modern Warfare 2 guns. So if you need the extra 10 rounds, go for it. Just remember it's gonna move like you're carrying an LMG. We're then gonna throw in the ZLR Combat Grip as the rear grip for our recoil control. This is gonna make sure we can hit our shots at that 25-meter range and push it to the absolute ceiling of what we need. We're then gonna throw in the Demo RXT stock to get our movement speed and a little bit of ADS back. That movement speed that we lost the magazine, by the way, for an absolute banger and smanger of a gun build. The MP7 is absolutely back in its prime. I'm loving it. I actually won a game with it yesterday with 45 FPS. I got 13 kills. I believe 8 were with this thing. And then next up at number 9, sticking with Modern Warfare 2, but moving over to a short-barreled rifle in the assault rifle category, we've got the M13C or M13 Charlie. This gun still hits like a dump truck. It never stopped, but with the recent changes, they buffed this. I think it's season 2.5 or maybe it's season 3, I don't remember. And with the nerfs to other guns, it is an absolute demon again. One thing I have noticed recently, and I actually went back and checked, this gun used to have a 60 round mag, but it does not anymore. So we're gonna use the 45 round mag instead. I thought I had been retconned there for a second, but no, I was right. They just took it away. Bring back the 60 mag for the M13C. For the build, we're gonna start with the ZEM 35 compensator so we can get a little bit of that recoil control and stay off the mini-map as much as possible. The R6 hand stop, you already know. Then we're gonna use the Chimera RYL33 laser light. Don't know why I had so much trouble with that. For that ADS and sprint to fire, all the good stuff that is on this laser. We're gonna use the Bruin Flash V4 stock to get our movement speed up and a little bit of that ADS. And then again, 45 round mag because they stole my 60 round mags. And I'm mad about it, boys. M13C, it's an absolute banger. Just remember, if you're using this and it's not a sniper support, you're probably gonna run a little low on ammo, doing double AR. Friggin' way she goes, boys. I'll have some DMRs in the upcoming video that you can run in front of it too. At number 8, we're still in Modern Warfare 2 because there's one more I gotta talk about, and that is the good old Locky sub, the Lockman sub, the MP5, whatever you wanna call it. This thing has been back in the meta for about 3 months now, and it absolutely slaps. This gun is on par with the HRM9 right now. They have almost identical time to kills, and this one is absolutely destroying. That slightly slower fire rate makes it to where you can fire for longer and do the same amount of DPS. Once again, ECS Requieter because it's the best muzzle for SMGs in the game. DR6 hand stop, as always, on our close range. 50 round drum because it's the largest option we have. You can go at the 40 in solos, but I wouldn't even go to 40 in duos. It's just, it gets sketchy. We're gonna throw in the Lockman TCG10 rear grip for our recoil control. Then we're gonna throw on the FT mobile stock, up our movement speed and get a little bit of aim down sight. But this stock also gives 18% range. It is in the code of the game and it has been there all of last last year and all of this year. I don't think they're ever going to fix it, but it is there. I promise you, if you throw this on, you will feel a difference on the gun and its DPS at range. This thing will kill out to about 22 meters with ease. Give it a shot if you haven't lately. The MP5 is back. It only went away for a short amount of time. And next up, like I said, the MP5 was on par with the HRM9, so let's talk HRM9. The HRM9 is still absolutely in the meta, though it has fallen from grace just a bit. That's why we got it at number 7. Once again, starting with that ECS Requieter Suppressor, best muzzle in the game, bar none for SMGs. We are going to use the Thorn 90 barrel because we don't need all of the range that this gun has due to our velocity. So we chuck this on here, we get our speed up and our mobility up. We then throw the DR6 because that's the attachment we throw on everything. It's just so good. Nothing compares to the DR6 on an SMG. 50 round drum, once again, largest option. And then we actually use the folding stock as our recoil control mechanism on this gun. The HRM9 is still a banger. I know a lot of people are using it. You haven't tried this exact build, give it a go. You can also run the long barrel in the sniper support role. Instead of using the Thorn 90, use the long barrel, and it's an absolutely banger sniper support option. And then at number 6, we got to talk about our other 300 blackout rifle that is on this list. And the only reason it's so low is because of its sprint out time and the fact that you're probably going to have a double AR conundrum if you're using this behind an AR. You can absolutely use this in sniper support even with this build, though I will have a sniper support build in a couple of days in that video. Talking about the MCW with the Jack Raven conversion kit, the 300 blackout. This is the fastest TTK gun in the game minus one-shot snipers. For the build, we're going to use the integrally suppressed silent shot barrel, the DR6 hand stop because we want to get all of that movement and aim down sight speed. We're going to use the 40 round mag because it's the largest we have, the Jack Raven conversion kit. Then we're going to throw on the Iron Bark tactical stock because that is our recoil mechanism on this gun. You can fry out to 40 meters with this with ease. This is a very, very long range, close range option if you know what I'm saying. You can push the limits of that mid-range with this option. The MCW is insane. Just remember it is an AR, so it suffers from a higher sprint out time and a slightly higher aim down sight speed. Next up at number 5, this is one it's a hard one to use, but this is the only gun in the game with a faster TTK than the Jack Raven MCW, and that is actually the WSP Stinger Akimbos. So this thing will absolutely dumpster someone, and I think 520 milliseconds, but you have to be within like 6 or 7 meters to do so. So keep that in mind if you're gonna run them, and they do have a lot of recoil. Maybe keep these to Rebirth or Fortune's Keep. For the build, we're gonna use the Noxious short compensated barrel to get recoil control and all that jazz. We're gonna throw the X10 sidearm L400 laser on up in our hipfire there. That's all we're worried about. It's the one that gives the best to our hipfire stats. We use the high grain rounds so we can push our damage range out as far as we can. We're then going to throw in the 32 round mag because it's the largest option we have, and of course the Akimbo rear grip, so we get 2 of these bad boys. These are really, really fun. They're kind of a meme, but they kill so fast they're worth keeping in a Rebirth loadout just for when you want to have that fun. Now as we break into the top, I've got 2 here that are literally tied, so I just went with my preferences. So 3 and 4 are tied, and at number 4 I've got the Rival 9. The Rival 9 is wonderful. I've had a lot of fun with this gun. Didn't get a win, but I did get second place twice with it, so close enough in my book. For the build, we're going to use the integrally suppressed barrel of the Rival IGS 800 barrel. We're going to lose a little bit of range here, but due to our bullet velocity, we're not really worried about that extreme range of this barrel. We're not taking fights at 30 meters with this gun, so it's perfectly fine to use the integrally suppressed barrel. It's going to up our movement speed and give us a bit of recoil control, I believe, if I remember stats correct on that. I'm going to throw on the Bruin Flash V4 stock, just like we would with a Bass P or any of the others, because we want that movement speed, we want that aim down sight. DR6 hand stop, you already know. 50 round drum because it's our largest option. Then we're going to use the Rival Vice Assault rear grips for our recoil control mechanism. This thing is wonderful. You can fry an entire trio with 1 mag if they're piled up, and you will be able to out DPS them if you get the jump on them. The Rival 9 is in a great spot right now, and a lot of people are starting to figure it out. However, in the 9mm, in my opinion, there's a gun that is just the king of it, that is not the rival, and that is the Striker 9. The 9mm ump is absolutely wonderful. This thing has the exact same time to kill as the rival and the Striker 45, or just regular Striker as they called it this year for some reason. Once again, ECS Requieter on the Striker 9, the DR6 hand stop. These two are definitely my favorite attachments for SMGs because you get the aim down sight speed, the movement speed, the aim stability, and full suppression from two attachments. We throw in the 50 round drums, the largest option we have. Second, the ZX rear grip for the firing aim stability, as well as the recoil control. We then throw on the FSS priority tactical stock so we can get movement speed, recoil control, and I think a little bit more aim down sight if I remember correctly. I don't know. This thing is incredibly fast in every way. So if you haven't ran this gun, run it. And if your build's a little different than this one, give this one a try because it will absolutely blow your socks off. And then moving into number 2, we've got the same gun, just with the Giga Chad round. We got the 45 ACP Striker, which is just called the Striker. You saw me put this in a video the other day when I was talking about the secret sauce and matching your bullet velocity to your range. That is the Striker, starting with the ECS Requieter Suppressor and the DR6 hand stop, just like we have so many other times in this video. We're then going to throw in the low grain ammunition because we're not using this for sniper support. We're using this for CQC, pushing buildings, and getting in people's faces. We only need to be able to push out to that 25-meter range. We have hit scan at 24.7 meters with this build, so there's no reason to push it any further. 48-round mag, even in quads, will get the job done. There's no reason to go any higher. Absolutely slaps. Then finally, we're going to throw in the Sakin ZX rear grip as a recoil control device. With that in the low grain, this thing has essentially zero recoil. You can slap people out to 40 meters if you really need to, but I wouldn't do it if you don't have to. And then at number 1, this is a gun that will definitely be again in the sniper support video, and it's probably the best sniper support SMG as well, but it's also my favorite SMG for just basic CQC work in the game right now, and that is the WSP-9, or the Uzi as it's known in real life. Once again, ECS Requieter Suppressor, DR6 hand stop, because this is the dream team, the duo that does the work. And throw the 40-round mag in, unless it's quads, then go to the 50. But for solos, duos, and trios, 40 is more than enough. Throw in the Marauder rear grip for a recoil control device so we can push those longer 25-30 meter ranges that we will get into a fight with. And then we're going to use the WSP factory stock, up our movement speed, our aim down just a little bit, and make this thing fly and fry. If you want an optic, you can drop the stock and throw on an optic, but I personally don't see a need for it. This gun has some pretty great iron sights for close range. And alright boys, that is 10 close range options, 2 short barrel rifles, 8 SMGs. These are your guns for Season 3 Reloaded as we wait for Season 4, when we're going to get a shotgun, the Kar 98, and a World War II assault rifle apparently. Tell me what you guys think of what's coming according to the leaks. And as we finish the season of the furries, make sure to like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Hit the noti button if you want to see what's coming. I got another huge explanation video talking about recoil control and how recoil works in Call of Duty. Love you boys, it's been great, but until next time, leave me alone.
Still shit out of